Okay, so I hope everybody is ready for today's session, and let us start with the first presentation here. So, Pina, you can come and make your presentation. Yes, so yeah, things are ready there. Okay, okay, okay. Unmute yourself, and then you can start.
Very good morning to all of you. Okay. So, fourth day of our presentation, paper number 4, the study of literary theory and film theory, in which my topic is the study of feminism in Hindi cinema. Okay, so now I'm sharing my screen here. It is visible. So first of all, we discuss about the what is the feminism. So according to Merriam Dictionary, belief in and advocacy of the political, economic, and social equality of the sexes expressed especially through organization activity on behalf of women's right and interest. Feminist theory. Feminist social theory has been concerned with understanding fundamental inequality between women and men and with analysis of male power over women. It is a basic premise is that male dominance derives from the social, economic, and political arguments specific to particular society. This mode of theorizing derives its concept and method from the social science and focus on the material condition of women's lives and ideological process which legitimate and help to perpetuate women's subordinations. So these are the main feminist critic. Mary Wollstonecraft. She was an English writer, philosopher, and advocate of women's rights. She was the most feminist critic. And after that, Simone de uh, Beauvoir. She is a French writer, intellectual, feminist, and a social theorist. And next one is Virginia Woolf. So Virginia Woolf was an English writer, considered one of the most important modernist 20th century authors. And next one is Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie. She was a well-known feminist critic. She was a Nigerian writer whose work included novel, short story, and non-fiction. uh, Representation of women in cinema. Changing times have brought into the limelight several success directed by women. Gully Boy by Zoya Akhtar, Deepa Mehta's Fire and Earth, and the popular film English by Gauri Sinde are a few of the many pieces that are slowly bringing in a much needed change to the industry through representation of women from all walk of life. Study of Queen movie with a feminist perspective. So Bollywood movies are usually about heroism, where a man rescue and comfort the female character and takes responsibility to fix all the problems. Most superstar in the lead role. However, looking at the recent trend in Bollywood, we can see that there is a small shift from the typical movies to a new kind of woman oriented cinema. One such movie is a Queen, which restored our faith in a good quality of cinema. It normalized that idea of a girl doing things which are still looked down upon. In many countries, including Indian women, doing things like drinking, traveling solo, gambling, and dancing in public are still demonized by many. Queen does a fabulous job of normalizing all these notions through a simple character like Rani. It shows an unapologetic single mom, which is not a quintessential Blanari. So, classic Bollywood movie have shown a single mother as those who are ever suppressed and ostracized by society. Lisa Hedison's character is a refreshing change, being a free spirit who is strong enough to fend for herself and her child. It shows how there is nothing wrong in being boisterous fun, outgoing, and simply being yourself. Lisa Hudson's character or Vijay Lakshmi in any other Bollywood film would have been to vamp or at least a character with some shade of grey. But Queen tears through superficial social liar and show how she is just another girl with a heart of gold. It shows how it's okay for women and men to stay together. So we can find that in our society, when the two-person boy and girl was standing together, so many people throw some argument that it was not okay. So in the movie Queen show how women and men staying together under one roof can result in a perfectly platonic relationship that does not have to end up in sex. Also, it show how all men are not potential rapists that just need to presence of woman to lose control. Take that ML Sharma. It passes the Bechdel test. The film shows a beautiful friendship developed between two very unlikely individuals, uh, Rani and Vijay. There are enjoying themselves and painting the town red without needing to present of a man. They truly show how there is so much more to one's personality than the frivolous outer layer that society perceive of us. A feminist reading of the Pink. So Pink movie also good example of the reading of feminist perspective. Reading the title of the film, Sujit Stricker, in one of his interview, he said that the title is meant to destigmatic pink as a feminine color and various associate that are made with it. But during the entire course of the film, not even for once, this association has been sustained, and most people are reading it as a film about woman and woman empowerment. Hence, Pink. Tapsi Pannu was a man character in the film. We can see that many other film Tapsi Pannu like Name of Shabana. She was presented the empowerment of woman and rational thinking of woman. Tapsi Pannu stand out in her role as a determined woman who is not really to back out and is ready to take up challenges. Kirti Kulkarni's character of Falak is shown as the most collective of all, who who brought in the importance of consent even when it is a sex worker we are talking about it. Andrea Tayrang does justice to her role with the impactful presence and enforces the idea of the shallow mid-set of the most people who think that women from the northeast are an easy target. So one another example of representation of woman in the movie Rudramadevi. Rudramadevi is a South Indian movie. Uh, it's movie in Telugu language. Since Ganpati Deva had no sons, in the movie we can say that in the earlier time only the king need to prince for develop and go ahead their kingdom. They have need to prince. But here in the movie, Rudramadevi, her father, Ganpati Deva had no sons. He wants to son for developing his kingdom. But he had no son, and he performed the Putrika ceremony and formally designated Rudramadevi as a son. So his wife gave a birth to a girl, and he was worried about that how his kingdom was developed, and uh, who has carried his kingdom. And his minister advised him to for her male recognition. Rudrama Devi as a son. For her male recognition, she was named Rudradeva. On the advice to the Prime Minister, Ganpati Deva also nominated Rudrama Devi to be his male heir. She rose to power in her early teens when she was appointed co-regent and ruled alongside her father. She maintained the designation that was bestowed on her and ruled as a king. She wore attire and maintained a similar demeanor. She was when she recognized that she was not a king and she was a princess, and then people was very pouting with the king, and they are also throwing the stone on Rudrama Devi, but they are not sure. The people are not sure that Rudrama Devi was a good queen, and she was able to handle the kingdom. But and end of the movie, the battle scenes, she was written in her kingdom and fight with her enemy, and she was proved that king has no need to prince. Even princess have ability to fight enemy and save her kingdom. So Rudrama Devi was one of the good example of the movie. Here are the work citation. Thank you.
Okay, you can stop presenting. And questions to her?
Hello, Pina. My question is who is the most famous feminist critic and why?
Niyati has, your camera is off, Niyati? Yes. Central one, huh? Only that button you have to increase the volume. Is anybody speaking? But yeah. In this also, Nidhi has joined from here, no? But here you join from English department ID, because there is no camera in this. In one laptop where there is no camera. Aha.
Stuti, repeat your question.
Yes. Who is the most famous feminist critic and why?
Good question. We can say that Mary Wollstonecraft is a best known critic, a well-known critic, and she was famous for a vindication of the right of women, in which she argued that women are not naturally inferior to men, but appear to be only because they lack education. She suggested that both men and women should be treated as a rational being and imagines a social order founded on a reason. So we can say that Mary Wollstonecraft was the most famous critic.
Okay, Pina, my question is that what feminist critics to do?
Yes, feminist critic. What feminist critic do? So, feminist critic rethink that canon, aiming at rediscovery to of texts within by women, and they would uh, revalue of woman experience, and they examine representation of women in literary by men and women. They challenging representation of a woman as a other, as a luck, as a part of nature. They are examine power relation which obtain in a text and in life with a view of breaking them down. Seeing breeding as a political act and showing the extent of patriarchy. They are feminist critic raise the question of whether men and women are essentially different because biology or sociology constructed as a different. They are explore the question of whether there is a female language and feminine, and whether this is also available to men. Thank
Yeah. Still, there are a few problems with the citations also. Okay.